So, like I said, target individual, please do not subscribe to the gaslighting methods. It's becoming very pathetic here, where it's just humiliating. It is humiliating for them, um, because it's just sad. I'm not to that point where I don't see what they're doing. Right? I'm on. They use like whatever they can to try to create some kind of stress or torment or or ways of doubting yourself. It's just so stupid to the point where I wish I could have took a screenshot of that, but unfortunately they do that after I swipe for something. There was this profile, this Bumble profile. It's always the things like that. I do these things because it's just entertainment purposes. I don't really expect much, but there's the profile, and you see this person. That's her profile. You see her picture, her Bumble profile. In the background, you see some kind of person. You see hair, and you see her face. You can't, you can't even see her face. You see what looks like, you see the color of her face. You can't see anything. You can't see any details of anything. So it's kind of blurred out. It's like somebody takes a picture and you can see somebody in the background, but you can't tell what that person is. But they give me a weird stimulation. I know it's what they do. They can make me feel a weird thing. There's nothing for me to look at to be like, oh my god, I get stimulations. It's forced. But then they're like, who is that? After I swiped, who's this? Like that kind of thoughts. I'm like, what? It's like, I don't even care when they do these things on something that you cannot even see, somebody you cannot even see. I'm like, whatever, and they start making noise. That's proof. How this shit? I'm like, you can't even see her. You can see a blur of her face, basically not be able to see any details of her face, and you see just hair. And that's like, oh, they try to like, man, do you feel it? But you feel the thing that make you feel. It's like, well, because you make me feel that. What do you mean? It's sad. And they start making noise campaign. Now you see this person, right? This is what you call the bottom feeders. This is the trash that sold their soul to pedophiles. Before that, I was watching this thing about the Wagner Group, which is this Russian private army that's they can sign contract to. It's a whole thing. It was really interesting, but they're known for tactics are kind of aggressive. And there's one moment where they showed they filmed when they were torturing this Syrian military guy, like a rebel, a Syrian rebel. I don't know which one, but it's when they took over this place. This Syrian rebel did not leave the place, so they captured him and they start torturing him. They did this thing, they torture him, and they start trying to give me a sense of fear. And I'm like, listen, what they're doing there in war, if them filming this, is just for the theater of it. Now the torture is real. This man was tortured, hurt, and everything else, but they torture him not to validate anything. They torture him to try to make a point, to try to present something, right? And for me, that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna try to be like, you see, we're torturing him, so that's true, because I've been humiliating them. Because in reality, they do this specific type of torture. They're renowned for torturing children and women. So me saying that all the time is like, you know what? Whatever theater you're going to do to create this fantasy of yours, I'm not going to let you live the fantasy. Matter of fact, if I find out there's a group of people around here who are like, hey, we're here to torture you, come with us, I will go in a heartbeat. Now, I don't want to be tortured. I'll be screaming in pain and everything else. But one thing is for sure, they want to live this fantasy. There's a dignity in my death. There is a dignity in this life. I find honor in this way of living. When I hear these people like her, humiliating life they have to live, I'm just thank God I didn't have to live that life. Because I know it could be easy to live that life. They deluded themselves however they could to enjoy this benefit. There's benefits in this. There's obvious benefits. There's something that they get out of this that is beneficial. Now they wanted to trick themselves into get you to not only make you believe these manipulations, which is force. They get you to feel stimulation on things you're not even able to see. You see a blur and that's it. You see the hair, the blur face, that's it. Stimulation. You don't know anything. So how old is she? Okay, you just force me to get stimulation so you can create this back and forth thing that you want me to subscribe to, which I want. And that's that. And you have people like that. It's like, oh, you're gonna be raped. You're gonna be there. They're prostitutes. You're gonna be like, listen, whatever's gonna happen to me, I'm telling you, your life is so much more humiliating. Did you understand? I can't even. These people can say Roy Moore. They torture children. Babies are being tortured by these people. All of these testimonials have been said. These people are frauds beyond frauds. They try to play the femme fatale. It was a fraudulent thing. Whatever is going to happen to me, I'm just thankful that I didn't have to live their life. This is humiliation in the flesh. Now, she's one of many. I'm not trying to pick on her, but that's the last person I heard talk. Right? That's the last person I'm hearing right now. So she's not, there's nothing specifically against her, but she's being vocal, so I'm going to talk about it. And so when they try to play whatever they're doing there, to playing this whatever fantasy they've put together, I've been validated that these people are the worst thing that can happen to a woman or to a child. They do horrible things. And if they tell me they're going to watch me being tortured, it's like, what does it do to that? What does it have to do with me? I don't give a F about what you're watching. I know you're trying to disorient me, and it still doesn't. It's just, okay, you watch me being tortured because I was putting this program by people who sponsor and donated money to a pedophile after his allegations. And you came and say his name, and you tell me you watch me? Well, you know what? Don't even, please don't stop. Don't watch. See, these people are sad and pathetic. They're finding anything to try to block it out. My torture, my death, my torment is credited to one person only, and it has nothing to do with you. You're just a person who works in this program that does this to even women and children. That's your job. They try to delude themselves as if there's some kind of femme fatale, strong people. They're a coward lowlife that works for pedophiles. They've been torturing babies, sitting in the comfort of their room. Try to play feminists every once in a while if they feel like they can do this. No. Sad piece of craps that even try to sound with this tonality of like fierceness. You can't even be seen. This is the kind of people who try to torment you to accepting this thing. It's called gaslighting. Gaslighting is a method to torment somebody to accept a false reality that they've put together. They do noise campaign, they get mad, they blah, 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 just for you to accept these things. And you have people who, if you ever look at them, you know these people are full of BS. And they tell me they this to me. They're like, listen, I find strength in knowing that what you've done to me have been done to others. In one of my last videos, I was talking about how I was with this person. I even felt bad for her. That's how bad it is. I see how delusional she is. I even feel bad. I don't even want to break her heart. And I know she's not into me. I know she's into torturing me. I know that. But I see her shaking, being scared, even crying. Because she wants to be part of this to this extent. She wants me to let her in my life so she can frame me however she wants, create this fantasy, live this fantasy she's created for herself. To the point where she'll be scared that I don't want to talk to her anymore. And I feel bad for her. I'm looking at her as I don't even want to hurt her. I don't want to hurt her emotions. But I know she's there doing whatever she wants to me. And to the point where I think that even when she sleeps with me, she might even let somebody come in my room, my apartment, and do things to me. I don't even care if that happened. I'm like, you do that to women. Do you zap the rectum? You do all these things. So for me, I'm like, yo, whatever. I'm not going to let you live your fantasy. I see them for what they truly are. They're delusional people. Can you imagine somebody who starts shaking and crying because she's scared of not being involved in your torment because she wants to live this fantasy, and you look at her, it's like, I know you don't care about me. I know you care about torturing me, yes. I know you want to live that fantasy. You can't even speak about this man that picked up kids in a program that do so much bad things to women. I feel bad for you. Look at how little it takes for you to break down. So you have these people next door, like her, who are trying to make you subscribe to this. There is dignity in my death. I couldn't be living like them. I'm not going to let them live their fantasy. Frauds, trash, and bottom feeders. Death comes to all of us. There's dignity in the death and the life I'm living. I'm not perfect. I'm not going to sit there and say that I'm perfect. I'm far from a saint. My imperfection, like I said, they're trying to erase them and put this BS stuff. They start doing like whatever. They try to erase my imperfection. So I'm like, okay. So now I can find the dignity in this. It's pathetic. And so you hear these people doing the noise campaign, being at war, opening the doors, whispering something, slamming the doors. Like, this is what honor and dignity looks like, right? Thank you, God. It's humiliating. And then you see them in person and you're like, oh my gosh, it's even worse. If you think this person in this picture is it looks like a fraud or something else, wait to the people that you don't even that I saw that I wasn't able to take picture of, is even worse. It's even more pathetic when you see them and the way they sound. Oh my gosh, it's like it's war, cracking the door barely open. They are the most pathetic cowards on earth that have deluded themselves that they were at war. You know, this femme fatale that she was with me, she was at war. I just wanted to show. Let me show you what war. First of all, I know that you're perp. In front of me, she whispers things like, "Oh, you're gonna die. It's war, whatever." I'm like, "Yeah, no, it's not war, but here, do you want to have dinner? Let's have dinner." She whispered, "Die, crawl." I was like, yeah, "Do you want? Okay, yeah. Do you want something to drink?" She's like, yeah. And then she whispered again, it's war or something like that. It's like, do you want a massage? It's our world. Okay. Do you want a cuddle? This is the people that lead. This is the fantasy these people have come up with. Delusional. There's somebody outside. It's war. She's wearing her sweatpants and everything. They are frauds, low-life cowards that will be reimbursed. Right now, let them believe that God / war / femme fatale / gods / whatever they want to. But you see these people, they're not at war. They're just hired and contracted by the government to torment somebody. And they have created their little fantasy. To all my target individual, find yourself lucky that you didn't have to live this life.